Who is Kylo Ren? Where does Rey come from? And do we find Luke Skywalker? All those questions and more will not be answered in this review. Because this is a non-spoilery review. So no spoilers in this review. The spoilery review will be out tomorrow. So with that said, let's go. The film did pay homage to the original trilogy. Now, not the prequels, the original trilogy. And that's a good thing because it really meshed together the universe and made it seem like one cohesive unit, as opposed to being like, this is in Pocket Universe A and this is Pocket Universe B. So that was good. Also, the writing was done actually very well on most parts. Cohesive story-wise, it was written very well because you wouldn't have had to have seen the previous films to have understood the story or to get a good story out of it. Having watched them would help because, you know, you'd get all these little snippets and be like, there you go, thank you for watching the original 6 films, I guess now, because they're all prequels now. Yeah, so it was a good thing what they did. The writing was done very well, and the acting was actually done very well as well. And there was a lot of humour in the film. There was a lot of comedy moments, but it wasn't like the prequel funny moments, which was like quite stale humour. It was like the original trilogy humour. Oh, it's so weird saying original trilogy because they're all prequels now. But all the acting was done very well, apart from one person. I'll come to that in a bit. But John Boyega put in a really good performance. He was like a Denzel / Will Smith, and you might think this wouldn't work in the film. But it just does. I think he really won over a lot of people with this role. People being like, oh, why is a black guy playing the lead? You racist shits. I don't like that. It's not good. Get over yourselves. But yeah, he did a great job. Oscar Isaacs as well as Poe Dameron. His first scene in the film just won me over. I was like, he is my favourite character in the film. Plus, he seemed very integrated in the entire like Rebel Alliance type thing. It wasn't like he was thrust into it like Rey and Finn are. He seemed like he'd been there for a while because he had, and he played off the character very well. BB-8 stole my heart. It stole my sister's heart. I'm not sure whether it's he or she. I'm not. I think it's a he, because I always feel, even though I think R2-D2 is a he, I always feel R2-D2 is a she. I'm not sure. I'm wearing an R2-D2 hoodie right now, so I probably should know. I guess I don't. Huh. But Daisy Ridley. Now, a lot of people are saying she did a great job in this film, and personally, I don't think she did. For the first act of the film, I think while the film is in its preliminary stages, she is pretty stale and wooden, and she doesn't really give a lot of emotion or anything in that entire like first half an hour, 40 minutes even. And I know that there were reports coming out that J.J. Abrams did say to her that her acting was a bit wooden, and he gave her the right direction, which is exactly what she really needs. If he thinks he can bring more out of her, then that's exactly what he should do. But I'm just wondering how far along he let that go, because it was a good couple of scenes, a good like 25-30 minutes of that first bit of the film. She just was not giving anything at all. So hopefully she'll improve. She did improve as the film went on, but you know, you need that first bit of the film to really encapsulate someone and bring them in, and I don't think she did that particularly well at the beginning. Back on a positive note, Kylo Ren was actually probably the best developed character out of all of the new characters, and people like he's going to be a Darth Vader ripoff, and he was a lot more than that. There are a lot more layers to him than I thought that there would be, and what a lot of people did say and think they were going to be. So fortunately they pulled off that character right and didn't just do a full-off rip-off like I thought this film was going to be, which was going to be like, oh, it's just a complete rip of A New Hope. And it wasn't exactly, but there were some beat-for-beat bits in it which were very, very similar to A New Hope. So watch out, guys. Also, I think the opening crawl was really, really good. I mean, it wasn't as dull and dreary as the prequel ones, but it was so quick, concise, and it was just like, oh wow, this is about to go down, and just got you even more excited for it. Plus, I can do that in my videos with that opening crawl, so who knows, I might start doing that even more now, because it just got me even more excited about that. Well, some people are saying now as well that this film will make $250 million opening weekend in the US. Now, I'm not going to go that high, but on Monday there should be a report, and I'm going to say the number 187 million. That's how much I think it's going to make opening weekend in the US. I think worldwide it will make around about 500. Now to the lightsaber fights. Now, the lightsaber fights were more like the original trilogy than the prequels, but that's actually one of the things I liked from the prequels. It was the lightsabers. I mean, the fight scenes were so choreographed and coordinated, and the ones here seem very rash and uncoordinated, I'll just use that word, yeah. And there was one scene where someone should have just destroyed the other one and just won the fight outright, and it just didn't go that way, and it shouldn't have been like that because someone has been trained and someone has not been trained. It's like putting up me fighting, who's boxed a couple of times in his life, against someone like Vladimir Klitschko. Okay, who's gonna win that fight? Even if I have the most incredible natural talent in the world, who's gonna win that fight? Well, it's gonna be me. No, it's not. It's gonna be Vladimir Klitschko, okay? So just take that when you see the film. The CGI and special effects were absolutely stunning, okay? They were almost faultless. There was a couple of scenes with the CG that were a bit faulty, but apart from that, they were faultless, okay? And the story was good overall. I mean, there was this really good TIE fighter scene, TIE fighters versus X-Wing. It really did bring it back to the originals. It made everyone feel warm and cozy inside. I was like, yes, this is Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. But I would actually say it's my second favourite movie-going experience of the year, just behind Jurassic World. I'll go into that in another video, but my second favourite movie experience of the year because everyone was just so excited in the theatre. Midnight showing, I went to see it, first night, and it was absolutely crazy. I got complimented on this hoodie a couple of times as well. I was like, yeah, thank you very much. I tried hard on it, I made it myself. I did not make it myself. I was joking. I will have to say I salute you, Mr. J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy, and in fact the entire cast and crew, for bringing Star Wars back to its core, essential storytelling elements. The fact that you put 30 years of new history in a 2-hour film and merged together old and new characters and made it one cohesive unit is a far better job than I could ever do. And it was a lot better than the prequel films, Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Personally, The Phantom Menace has a special place in my heart because it's the first film I remember seeing in cinema, so I always keep that out of rankings because I just get bashed very badly. But this film was probably on the level of Return of the Jedi, if maybe a little bit lower, but it was a very, very, very solid film. I'm going to have to see it a couple more times. You know, there's so much stuff going on the screen and so many characters you want to see develop further, but yeah, there's probably stuff I missed while I was watching it first time. I'll also say, I don't know how to say this. I didn't like the last final shot of the film. I personally think it should have been done a different way, and I'll say that in my spoilery review. And just to end it, I'll say we still know nothing about Snoke. So, what would I give this film out of 10? I think I'm going to give it an enlightening 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8. I was thinking 8.5, give it an enlightening 8 out of 10. What did you think of this film? If you haven't seen it, tell me what you're hoping to see from this film, and if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down here. If you didn't, who knows, Chewie might come after you. It might just be me in a Chewie costume. Just cast me as Chewie, or Wookiee. I mean, Peter Mayhew is wonderful, I love the guy. But I can do it as well. Maybe I'm not 6'7" tall, but, you know, that's what stilts are for. And if you don't want me to come after you, just subscribe anyway, guys. Now, I've been Narendra the Comic. You have been great, and I'll see you next time. Skadoosh.